Hey guys, and welcome to my Zodiac Eldlich Dogmatika deck. And this deck is meta right now, and this is because of AA Zeus. And before it was just Zodiacs that were meta, but when Zodiac started playing the slow game because it was a control deck, and when it started playing the slow game, it just couldn't keep up. And when going first, it just couldn't do anything. It was very reliant on going second. Going first, it would just set up Dryden Pass. So now people are started playing Eldlich Zodiac and Dogmatika Zodiac, and I decided to put both of them together into Zodiac Eldlich Dogmatika, and this deck is very consistent, and I can guarantee you that this deck is tier 1 right now, and it will be using Dogmatika and Eldlich for playing the long game and use the Zodiac cards to set up a multiple negate board on the first turn, with consisting of several pops and like a few monster negates, like 1 or 2 maybe. And going second, it can completely destroy your opponent with AA Zeus. So going first or second, it can still play, and it can play the short game with Zeus. You can just kill him, and it can also play the long game because it has the Dogmatika and the Eldlich cards. So this deck is very consistent. It has only one brick, which is Driver. Obviously, you don't have to play the Gamma package, so basically it has no bricks. And it's really consistent. I've been seeing a lot of good results with this deck. So let's get into the deck profile. So we're playing 2 Golden Lord. Golden Lord by itself is removal, and you want to see this card on your field like all the time, so you can resolve all the Golden Land spell or trap cards. And this card is really good. It's removal, and it can come back from the graveyard as well. So 2 is the ideal number. You don't need 3. It's fine. And we're playing the 1 Zodiac Throwblade, the 1 Whiptail. And we're not playing like Mega Clops or Radiper or any of that. We're not playing the Radiper combo or none of that, because you don't really need these, except just 1 copy of each is good enough. You can search them with 10 key. And you don't really need graveyard setup, so Throwblade isn't really that good. But its second effect is good. It makes piercing damage, and Whiptail is good because it says after damage calculation, banish the monster, and it can also attach itself. So just 1 copy of these 2 is enough. Next, we're playing 3 Ram. We're playing a Ram because this can negate the trap effect. So if trap card or trap effect that targets the Zodiac monster, you can detach Ram and negate it. And also Ram has 2000 defense, so it's good to normal summon Ram and go into Trident, because it'll have more defense, because you're going to be putting it in defense mode. So 3 Ram, 1 Whiptail, and 1 Throwblade. So that's the Zodiac engine, and you can search all of these with 10 keys, so you don't have to worry about not drawing them. So this is the ideal number. You don't need Radiper or anything like that. This number is really good, and it works. Next, for the Dogmatika engine, we're playing the 3 Ecclesia. This is the Searcher, and you want to see this card in your hand. You can also search it with Nadir Servant, and it's a solid card. It can special summon itself from the hand as well if you have a monster that's from the extra deck. And 3 Ecclesia, since it's the Searcher, and 2 Dogmatika Fleur de Ris, the Nitrate. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but this one can negate, and it'll make all your Dogmatika monsters gain attack. And this one is a monster negate. So you can use this in the combo, and you'll get an extra monster negate. And 2 copies is more than enough. Next, we're playing for hand traps. We're playing the 3 Ash and 3 Gamma, as well as the Driver for the Gamma. Gamma is the best hand trap of the format because it can counter like VFD, which is a big threat right now. And Ash can just it's good against any deck. So you're definitely playing Ash, obviously, because any deck really plays Ash. And Gamma is like one of those great hand traps for this format. It can counter like any of the meta decks, and it's also great in this deck, as you'll see in a second. And the 1 Driver. Driver is the only brick in this deck, and there's nothing else that bricks. Next, you have the 1 Called by the Grave. Called by the Grave is great against graveyard decks, and it can counter hand traps as well. And Drytons are everywhere, so you can counter Drytons with this. So why Gamma is so good is because of all of these cards. So your Zodiac Barrage, Nadir Servant, Cursed Outland, and Fire Formation Tenki. All of these cards are Ash targets, so Gamma can protect you there. So if you activate any of these cards, you'll have Gamma to protect you. So any of these 10 cards, Gamma can protect you. So for Zodiac, Barrage can summon any Zodiac from the deck, which is amazing. And since Tenki is a continuous spell, and Cursed Outland is also continuous, you can just pop one of them also, or you can just pop itself and summon a Zodiac. So this one is really good. It's limited for a reason. Next, we're playing 3 Nadir Servant. So Nadir Servant can search your Ecclesia, and it can also mill from the extra deck, and this is like a key combo piece. So you want to see this card in your hand. 3 Cursed Outland. It searches any Eldlich monster, and there's only one Eldlich monster, that's Golden Lord. And it also searches any of the Golden Land traps, so you can search Hero of the Golden Land or Conquistador. So this is a really good card, and it can also, if it's sent to the spell and trap zone to the grave, that's with Eldlich's effect, most of the time you can do that, or with Zodiac Barrage, it can mill one of these, which can banish it and set like a Sanjin. So this is a really good card, and it searches and it keeps the Eldlich engine going. We're playing 3 Fire Formation Tenki. Again, it can search any of these Zodiac cards, and it's also a target for Zodiac Barrage and Eldlich the Golden Lord. So that's great. So now for the trap cards. We're playing 3 Conquistador of the Golden Land. So this trap card can pop if you have a Golden Lord, and it can banish itself from the grave and set an Elixir spell or trap. So you can set Sanjin because it's the only one we're playing. And this one is really good. It gets you so much advantage, and it can also cause interruption. And the thing about Eldlich is that it gains you so much advantage. It's just so good. 2 Hakero. Some people are playing 3 because Drytons are in the meta game right now, and it's really annoying to deal with them. So some people are playing 3, but I felt like I wanted to play 2 because I wanted to keep this deck 40 cards, so it'll be more consistent. So 2, I'm playing 2. If you want, you can play 3. And Hakero can banish a monster from the graveyard if Golden Lord's on your field, and it can also banish itself and set an Elixir spell or trap. So 2 Hakero. Next, we're playing the 3 Sanjin. Sanjin is like the only good Elixir trap card, and this one can banish itself from the graveyard during any phase, which is great. So 3 copies of Sanjin because it's the only Elixir spell or trap you're gonna play, and it can summon Golden Lord from anywhere, basically. So 3 Sanjin, and we're playing the 2 Dogmatika Punishment. This card is 2 pops on its own, and it can be searched off of Ecclesia, and it's used in the combo. So 2 Punishment. So that's gonna wrap it up for the main deck. For the extra deck, we're playing the 1 Omega, and Omega is good because you can summon it off of Gamma, and it can also hand rip, and sometimes you can even mill it off of your Nadir Servant or Dogmatika Punishment. If you want, you can do that so that you can recycle your stuff, or if your opponent has something threatening in the graveyard, you can just shuffle that back. And it's also 2800, so if your opponent has like a big monster on their field, you can just mill this. And most of the time, you're just gonna summon this off of Gamma and Driver. You can just synchro into Omega, and then you can rip a card out of your opponent's hand, which is always great. Now you have 2 Entis. Entis can pop another card on the field. So if you activate Punishment, you can mill Entis. Punishment will pop a monster, and then Entis will pop an additional card. So that makes Dogmatika Punishment 2 pops. 2 Ash Dragon. So this can be milled, and at the end phase, it will search a Dogmatika card. Special summon or search. You're usually just gonna search your Fleur de Lis, and it will be an extra negate. So this one is solid pick. Next, for the Zodiac engine. So this is the Dogmatika stuff you're gonna use. There's no Eldlich cards in the extra deck. We're playing the 2 Borbo. Borbo can attack directly, so it's like the card that you're gonna make just before you make Zeus. The 2 Chakanine. Chakanine is also great. You just want to stack all your Zodiacs on top of each other so you can go to Zeus. 2 Tiger Motar. So this one attaches an Xyz material to a different Zodiac. it doesn't matter because you're just gonna stack them onto Zeus. One Hammer Kong. Hammer Kong is just at 1 because it doesn't really do anything. It says it can't. The opponent can't target other Zodiac monsters with card effects except itself, which is pretty good, I guess. But you only need 1 copy of this. And the one Trident. Trident is really important. It can pop, and you want to go first. And if you open, let's say, like a Ram and Nadir Servant, you can end on like a Trident and Dogmatika Punishment and Fleur I'll show that in the combos. And that's just off of 2 cards, and you still have 3 other cards in your hand. And you want to go first with this deck if possible, because you want to stun your opponent up and then go second, and then when it's your turn again, you can just kill them. Or even if you're going second, you can just make Zeus and you can kill them. And now Zeus, you're playing 2 Zeus. You can just stack the Zodiacs, make Zeus, and then it can just send all cards on the field to the graveyard. So 2 Zeus. So that's the extra deck. For the side deck, we're playing the 1 Pankratops and the 2 Sea Turtle Kaiju. These 3 cards are meant if you're playing like a mirror matchup and their opponent has Zeus. Or if they're just playing like, even Drytons can play Zeus and Virtual World can play Zeus. So we're playing these 3 to counter it. 3 Nibiru. So any deck that plays over 5 summons, you can just Nibiru them. And Nibiru is a really high impact hand trap. So I've just decided to put it on the side deck. 1 Harpy's Feather Duster and the 2 Cosmic Cyclone. These are for Backrow removal, and Cosmic Cyclone also counters Virtual World. You can banish their Trap Gate, and then they can't combo. 3 Forbidden Droplet. Droplet can counter True King of All Calamities, another big threat in today's metagame. And its Dark Ruler won't work because all the decks in this metagame are using True King of All Calamities, something Gamma can counter as well. So 3 Droplet. It's just a solid card, and it can negate, like, if your opponent has a multiple negate board, you can just use it, and then their negates are useless. And then you have 3 Different Dimension Ground. So this is really good against Drytons and any combo deck, basically. So 3 copies of that. So that's going to wrap it up for the deck profile. Let's check out the combos next. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload. So for the basic start of the combo, you need Fire Formation, Tenki, and Nadir Servant. You can also do this with Ecclesia and or Ram. So you just get Ram to your hand, and this is just the start of the combo. It's just what you can start with, but you can do so much more because you're only using the Zodiac package and the Dogmatika. You're not even using Eldlich, and you can do so much. So you search Ram. It doesn't matter how you get to Ram. So you just normal the Ram. And it has 2000 defense. So now go into Tiger Mortar first before going to Trident, so that when you detach it, it still has 2000 defense. And when it's your turn again, you can hopefully pop another card. So you have 2 materials. And now you can just activate Nadir Servant and mill your Ash Dragon. And you can search your Dogmatika Ecclesia. And now, since a monster that was special summoned from the extra deck is on the field, you can special summon it from your hand and use its effect to search Dogmatika Punishment. And now you can just set the punishment and you can call it a turn. And at end phase, Ash Dragon's effect is going to trigger, and you can search your Fleur directly from your deck. So that's the end board, and it's all under 5 summons, so it's Nibiru proof as well. And you have the 1 Dryden pop. You have 2 pops off of Dogmatika Punishment because you can mill the Entis, and Punishment itself pops a card. And you also have the Fleur which is a monster negate. So that's 3 pops and 1 monster negate just off of 2 cards. And you still have 3 more cards in your hand, and you haven't even used the Eldlich package yet. So you can end on like multiple Backrow, and you didn't even use the Eldlich cards yet. So that's just how good this deck is. It's a control deck, so there aren't really any combos for it. So that's the combo. And make sure to subscribe to the channel. It's a great way to support me and the channel.